Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I sometimes listen to the Dave Ramsey show, although I really should stop listening to it because I get angry every time he takes one of these calls. He'll get a call from somebody who has a non traditional family structure. Oh, me and my husband do this, and he hesitates every time that such a call comes. Or somebody just has a weird living situation. He doesn't like people who date and live together sometimes, right? He doesn't like same-sex couples, right? Whether or not they are married, right? He doesn't like what else have I heard? I think I heard one time there was a polygamist calling Dave Ramsey. Obviously, they weren't legally married, so that's probably part of the reason that he had a problem with that. And you get the idea, right? And what really blows is when he gives these examples, he always talks about number one, working with your spouse to do whatever, right? He kind of hesitates when it's a same-sex spouse, even if they are legally married, right? But he forgets that there are people who have these other barriers that they run into if they're not married, right? Whether they're asexual or solosexual or just haven't met the right person, right? I'm kind of in between those two. So I'm kind of part solosexual, but also part looking for that right person at the moment. And so I can only imagine if I called Dave Ramsey, "Are you married?" Kind of. I'm married to myself. I want to try that. Actually, not kind of. I'm married to myself and see what he says. I so much would love to try that. I've sent him messages about that at one point as well. And what really got me riling is he did a piece. It wasn't Dave Ramsey himself who did the piece. It was one of his partners. I forget what his name is, about how much money Americans waste eating out. And he gave a number of suggestions and he rebutted a few myths about it. There was this YouTube video that he rebutted about, oh, I save so much time eating out, my time is worth more money, and yeah, he had the right rebuttal to it. Yeah, only if you're working during those hours that you save, right? Which is the right rebuttal. I give him credit for that. Some people believe that eating out is cheaper. He ran the numbers, and that was good. Now, here's the thing. I eat out from time to time, but the reason I eat out had nothing to do with those, and he didn't address that. I eat out so that I could socialize with the people either at the restaurant or behind the counter, right? A lot of times in a given week, the person behind the counter at the Five Guys or at a Thai restaurant or at the student union might be the only person I get to talk to in that whole week, right? In fact, I'm thinking next semester at Central Arizona College when I negotiate my contract to see if they're not willing to budge on the pay or the vacation time, see if they'll give me a meal plan because that will give me a lot of opportunity to be social. Maybe I'll couch it in like I'd like to mingle more with the other colleagues and the students, right? I'll have to see if I can couch it like that. And it just goes to show, right? And all the examples that Dave Ramsey always gives always involves, oh, you and your spouse and your two kids, if you eat out like this, right, you could be cooking at home for that. Yeah, that's only one example. You forgot about the same-sex couples, the couples with no kids, and the solosexual individual and the retiree who might be widowed, right, or somebody who's alone in college, right? How about how about like run those numbers as well, right? And run and think about the other challenges that they might have, right? Now, even Peter Shit, right? I really love the Peter Shit show, right? Even he's guilty of that, right? Sometimes when he talks about how to come up with money to invest in gold and silver, he runs the numbers that you and your spouse could be doing this instead, and you could buy this much gold. If there's an emergency of this kind, this much gold will do this for you. You could pay off your mortgage with this much gold. And he always runs it as a heterosexual couple with a number of kids, right? I really despise that. I really do. Even Peter Shit is kind of guilty of that, right? I really love Peter Shit, but I can't take it when he speaks like that, right? Leave out the jargon. I can only imagine how Peter Shit would react to somebody who is gay or solosexual, and they might. How about somebody who wants to diversify away from gold and silver and buy a few other metals on the periodic table? How he would react to that, right? I bet he would call them meme metals, right? Just like the meme stock investors, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.